All right, we're back with a little bit more Nerd Radio for you on the podcast page at WRAF.com, as well as, give it to me, Al.
Rock929rocks.com.
Yes, and Wednesday afternoons we are on Twitch at James.
Twitch.tv/checkpointxp.
I feel like a conductor.
Yes. You could probably expect us around 11:30 on Wednesday
Yeah.
on the Twitch stream. If you want to watch it live, obviously, if you don't have the time and you just download the podcast, we appreciate that. And
Absolutely. And the rates and the reviews, I saw we had, I think the last time I looked at iTunes, like 16 people. They'd all given us 5 stars.
Which
all
is
of them
awesome.
think we're great.
That's so cool. We got more 5-star reviews.
All of
We're
our
the
parents
best.
and siblings.
We also, James and I were kind of looking at this, that you and I as well, but some of the download numbers are up a little bit, so, which is awesome. So,
Absolutely. Actually, I had the download numbers up before we started, and James, we missed it by 1. Clip downloads so far during the last 7 days were 421.
Oh, 421.
That one
I'll take
person-
an extra than.
Yeah.
I'd rather be over.
Well, hang on. Let me
420 then.
delete my version.
Yeah.
There you go, and it will be right at the perfect number.
Yeah, right.
The listeners might be up. I just sent some money over to some bot farm over in India. So
Hey, all right.
trying to help pump these numbers up. You
That's
know?
the thing I always love about looking at the stats every week is that there's always like one download from like people who obviously have some kind of VPN. So like right now we've got one download from Costa Rica, one from Ethiopia,
Hola, and I don't know what they speak in Ethiopia.
one
so,
from Russia. The only two that I think that I find legit are probably the ones that are in Europe. Like there's one from the United Kingdom. All right, that's possible. And there's one from Germany. And Al's always screaming in German. So we got to have at least one person that
Yeah,
just
say
listens.
hello, Al.
Hello und willkommen.
One person every week in Germany is waiting for that very moment.
Dankeschön.
All right, so this week was Disney's D23 convention, which is essentially their version of San Diego Comic-Con. Like
Okay.
Disney acquired Marvel, and then they acquired LucasArts, and they're like,
They own the world, so they might as well have their own convention.
yeah, why spend all the money to go to San Diego and announce stuff when we could just make our own con where we're the only thing?
So every new year, does it go up a number? So last year was D22. This is D23. Next year's D24.
I don't know. That's a good point because they haven't done 23 of these.
Because I love 23 because it's got the alliteration like D23, you
Right.
and me. What are you gonna
Yeah.
be? You know? No? Okay.
Nice rhymes.
James, I know James is spitting some rhymes.
Well done.
But practicing my hip hop skills.
Yeah, all right. But the big news coming out of Disney's D23 was they're announcing all the Marvel movies and the Star Wars movies and stuff that are coming out. They gave us a trailer for the Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah, I did not watch it though.
Right. Well, yeah, I was gonna mention for the people who are new, both you and Al have this rule. Well, Al has this rule, and you've adopted it about trailers.
Yeah.
You want to fill the listeners in?
I don't watch trailers if I know I'm going to see a thing because I don't want it to ruin anything for me. Like if I know I'm in, and the couple of things that happened that made me feel that way was one, when Force Awakens came out.
Yep.
I didn't consciously avoid the trailers, but I never really got to it. I was super excited, knew I wanted to see it. I hadn't adopted this philosophy yet, but I still went ahead and didn't watch it. And then I guess maybe semi-visual spoiler, but if you haven't seen Force Awakens by now, you don't care. But there's the scene where you see the Darth Vader relic, the burnt-out helmet.
Right.
And seeing it on the big screen, like, that's the way I first experienced it. Like, wow, that's so cool. And then we did a segment with Overly Straight Guy Ken talking about the movie afterwards.
Right.
And I had mentioned how much that blew me away and how cool that scene was. And he was like, oh, yeah, no, I saw that in the trailer. Like, I already knew that was it. It was cool on the big screen, but yeah, I had already seen that.
Yeah.
So that was number one. And then number two was when I went and saw Thor Ragnarok. And they keep talking, like, throughout this entire movie. I did watch that trailer.
Yeah.
And as they're talking throughout, when Thor's on that whatever planet with
Jeff Goldblum's planet?
Yes, Jeff Goldblum on the trash planet or whatever the hell what's going on. They put him in the arena and they keep talking about this champion. We've got this champion that's never been beaten, and they keep building up this stupid champion. And I'm sitting in the movie theater going, well, it's the Hulk. We know it's the Hulk because I saw the trailer. Like, and then Hulk comes busting through. I'm like, yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
But can you imagine how cool that would have been? Hulk's been missing. You don't know where he is. And all of a sudden, this massive champion comes busting through the door, like, hey, it's our guy!
Right.
And it would have been so much cooler. I would have had that Darth Vader relic experience if I hadn't watched the stupid trailer. So now I won't watch a trailer if I know I want to see something.
Right. So let me tell you about the Rise of the Skywalker trailer.
Except for Picard. I did watch Picard.
No, I won't spoil it for you. But
There was a lot of rambling, but you asked for it.
I did. I'm not going to spoil
Ramble
any,
on, ramble.
I'm not going to
Ramble
spoil
on.
any of it for you, but half the trailer is just scenes from previous movies, which I thought was weird. But the stuff that they do show in it is kind of fantastic.
I know there's something that has something to do with a double lightsaber.
Yeah.
Because I know Chuck the Freak sent it to me on Instagram.
He sent it to me too. Yeah.
Yeah. So he knows we're trying to avoid the spoilers.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, like, it was cool to see.
It's a thing that's like, oh, you got to see this.
Yeah. We talked the next morning after he'd sent it to me, and he was like, I said, was this like a fan art thing that someone sent to Daisy Ridley, or was this an actual teaser? He's like, oh no, that was part of the teaser. I was like, oh, I haven't seen it. He goes, yeah, I know. That's why I only want to say the one thing. He's
Just
like,
the one thing.
He's like, I get it, and I respect it, but you had to see this. So I was like, it was pretty.
Have you guys seen the meme that's
cool.
come out with that?
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
I have not.
You've seen it.
It's
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah, what it is essentially that same exact scene, but a female Jedi does something with that lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of those two beams coming out, it's like a Swiss Army knife. So it's like a corkscrew and
It's
a
all
fork
corkscrew
and a spoon.
It's freaking amazing.
I like it.
But they showed the trailer for that. They showed a trailer, but it hasn't showed up online for Black Widow, the next Marvel movie that's coming out. The guy from that plays Hopper from Stranger Things is going to be the Red Guardian, which is supposed to be the Russian equivalent.
His name.
Yeah, I know, it escapes me as
It's
well.
bugging me that I don't know his name.
He's supposed to be the Russian equivalent of Captain America, and this movie is supposed to take place around the reference to Budapest that Hawkeye and Black Widow make in the first Avengers movie. So it'll be neat to see the actual context of that joke.
David Harbour.
There you go.
I knew the name. Thank you, Al.
And they also showed a trailer for the live-action Lady and the Tramp, which is going to be on the Disney Plus service.
Oh.
Not even coming to theaters. Like they looked at it and it's like, we want to do this, but we're pretty sure no one's going to actually. Yeah, thanks, Robbie. Robbie chiming in on Twitch with David Harbour as well. But they knew that it's like, I don't think a lot of people are going to go to the theater to see this, so we'll just put it on Disney Plus.
Now, do you think that's it, or do you think they're trying to entice you to sign up for Disney Plus?
Oh, I'm sure that's a lot of it.
Because I mean, Lion King did very well. I'm sure if they put Lady and the Tramp in the theaters, it would also do very well. So
right.
I'm wondering if they've got a lot of. They really want people to sign up for this streaming service. So like all of the strategies, they're offering it cheaper.
Yes.
They're bundling Hulu and ESPN together. I mean, they're doing all this. So putting stuff direct to it. So you're trying to get the Star Wars fans with the original programming there. Scooping up the Marvel fans by taking everything off of Netflix and moving over there. So,
right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're confident in the Lady and the Tramp, but I think they're just trying to get a massive subscriber boost and, also kind of, their business strategy. If they can get enough people to sign up early on and maybe even leave, say, Netflix stock could plummet. You know what I mean? So So I think they could make more money if they put Lady and the Tramp in the theaters, but it's more about the long play where just put it right on the streaming service. We'll try and get as many subscribers as humanly possible.
Well, I know for a fact they have my cash already.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian trailer that was out, absolutely, I'm in on that. Disney owns everything that I love.
Yeah.
Right.
So take my money, and I'll be in it for at least a year. And I feel like I've been let down lately by Netflix. Mm-hmm. Like Stranger Things is really the only thing that I've been really into. The Masters of the Universe. Did we talk about Masters of the Universe last week? Like I want to check that out. And I think there was something else that they recently said is coming like in the next month or two that I might want to watch. But other than that, like Netflix, it's a lot of the original programming to me isn't that great. Like I already have like this lust for all the Disney properties already.
Sure.
So I'm gonna fulfill that lust and bang it out with a Disney streaming service.
Always comes back to banging, doesn't it?
It's Fagadu.
You know what though? I agree with you. I mean, I was a Netflix fiend. I mean, there was a long time. I've had Netflix for like 10 years, and I loved it. And there's a bunch of stuff I watched on there. But even now, I think I watch Hulu more than I watch Netflix.
Right.
And about all I watch on Netflix is Stranger Things and F is for Family, which are two Netflix originals. But again, it's like buy it for 1 month. Watch your
Family,
shows.
Is that the Bill Burr card?
Bill Burr's card.
Okay,
yeah.
I watched that a little bit. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's Bill Burr's like one of my favorite comedians. Now they do have a lot of stand-up comedy on Netflix that I kind of don't want to give up on, but it's like realistically, I'm not watching it. I always have intentions to watch it. Like, oh, Patton Oswalt's got a new special.
Right.
I need to check that out. But I never get to it. So what am I spending the money for? To watch Star Trek? Well, that's on like 4 of my streaming services. I could go watch it on CBS. It's also on Amazon Prime. It's on Hulu as well. So I don't need Netflix for Star Trek.
Especially with the Disney bundling the Hulu in there. Like if there's a 1 yearly fee that you're paying, well, that's $120 I'm saving that I'm not spending on Hulu.
Right.
And I'm getting like a big fat discount by going to the Disney streaming service.
But even if it wasn't being bundled, I use Hulu. I use Hulu a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So Netflix is probably going to get canceled. And
we use
for me,
Hulu a lot too, but at my house it's always Grey's Anatomy. It's like the worst of the worst. I'm like, oh, good, a show about hot doctors banging behind closed doors. What I want, the one thing I don't want my doctors to be doing behind my back. Here's a show about it.
Well, that's one of the things I wanted to bring up because they were demoing the app for the Disney streaming services at the thing, and they said some of the details that you can look forward to, which I've got pulled up here /film.com. Disney's offering the option to watch on up to 4 screens at the same time, so you can have up to 4. You can register 10 devices total with each Disney Plus account, and it'll hold up to 7 profiles. So what that essentially means is, people
they already know you're sharing your passwords with friends.
Right, exactly. And you can have up to 7, like Netflix, I think it allows you to have like 5. So you can each have your own list of like your stuff you're looking forward to watching or your ratings and everything like that. But you have to register devices with this thing, which is not completely uncommon with these things.
No, I think that's pretty common actually.
Yeah, I think with like the HBO app or something like that, like
Yeah.
you have to register a device in order to, watch on your PlayStation 4 or your phone or something like that.
Because you can usually pull it up too, so you could. That's my old PlayStation. That's my old laptop, and you can boot stuff off typically.
Yeah, and then you can actually literally like me, you, and Al could be watching something, and then one other person could be watching something. But if like the 5th person logs in, and like, nope, sorry.
Yeah,
It'd be funny if it just boots you off. Like whoever the
That
first
would
person
be-
that was watching just get booted off. So
Yeah.
every time you got somebody logging on your account,
Whoever's been on the longest is
Yeah.
like, well, you're probably.
damn it, Mom, you want to watch Lady the Tramp? I'm watching The Mandalorian. For God's sakes. I got to see who gets killed in the bounty hunt wars.
It's like
I love yelling at Mother. Just like, damn it, I'm trying to watch The Mandalorian.
Mom, meatloaf.
Hydrate me, bring me Mountain Dew.
It reminds me of back in the days with dial-up internet, where you would be, playing like the original Warcraft or something like that, and then your parents would have to. Somebody would call in. Somebody would, call the phone line and boot you off the internet.
That's the direction you were going. I thought you were going to say wait 45 minutes to see a nipple.
Well, it's that too.
You know what Al was doing on the internet then?
There was a lot of that.
Who wasn't?
Well, yeah, very true.
Who
See, what I would do is I'd set my downloads to like just go at night.
Right.
Nobody was calling the house.
Yeah.
So then I'd be bummed out if I'd wake up in the next morning before school to check my downloads to
check
make
the
sure
nipples?
I got my
the nipples.
doing a little nipple check, and
Right.
then you're like, oh man, something happened. The connection got lost. I got to try to re-download the nipples later.
Oh man.
But they're saying it's $13 a month if you want Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, and it's $6.99 if you just want Disney
My
Plus.
question is on that. Now, maybe they don't have an answer for it, or maybe you don't over there, but that probably includes the limited commercial version of Hulu. Do
I
they
believe so.
have another bundle tier where you can do the commercial free?
I do not know, but
Because like when they ran the 99 cents per month for a year, was that a like Cyber Monday deal or whatever?
That's the Hulu that I have, and it's the
Right.
every time there's a commercial break, it's 60
Right.
seconds of commercials.
But they didn't offer like for $4 a month you can do commercial free. They was just like, you want it for $1 a month, you get the commercials.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I didn't think about that because there's a music service that I listen to sometimes, and they're like, you can get Hulu bundled with your music service, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh, but I gotta watch commercials.
Right.
No, I'm out.
Yeah, I pay
Nice.
the extra $4 to skip the commercials on my Hulu.
Which is worth it.
Yeah.
I think at one point I was leeching your Hulu,
Yeah.
and I got super spoiled by it. So now our 99-cent Hulu, every time I'm watching Seinfeld, and like I got to sit through 60 seconds of commercial, I'm like, God damn it!
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm wondering if they do offer another bundle, or if they're just gonna try and generate the ad revenue too. Like, yeah, you want it for the cheap price, you got to watch ads too.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Seeing that you can have 4 screens running and you can have 7 profiles and stuff like that. It's like, man, well, do I really need to spend the money when I could just you get together with a buddy and trade off? Like, hey, do you want my WWE Network password? And I'll just have your Disney password. 'Cause-
That's a great strategy.
yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
that's essentially how we work now with all the streaming services. Like, hey, I've got this streaming service and you got this one, so let's just swap passwords. And then, speaking of which,
Chuck is for sure a modern day internet pirate.
Yeah.
Like, he absolutely is. He's
I unfortunately
modifying
am.
his PS Classic.
It's true.
He's sharing passwords for all of his streaming services. better watch out, man. He's gonna take us down.
The information just wants to be free.
Yeah, the FBI is gonna call us up. We're gonna have to give him details on Chuck's life.
As we get bigger and
goddamn no beard over there.
That's like yar.
No beard the pirate. With a kitten on his shoulder.
Watch out! All your digital content is never safe around No Beard the pirate.
That's right. Even your regular content. I've got a scanner at home. I'll scan your books.
I'll scan your books.
Put them on the internet. Yar.
Now I know where I can go to get like the latest magazines.
Yeah.
Or even cheaper than what they already are digitally.
Right.
That's something that on Monday I noticed Aquaman is on the HBO app, and I was like, oh man, me and Amy didn't see Aquaman, so we went. I always go grocery shopping on Monday afternoon, and we came down, we sat down, had some lunch, put Aquaman on the TV, and about 45 minutes in, I fell asleep like an old man.
So you really enjoyed it.
I tell you, the stuff I saw.
I'll tell you, a long day of piracy will take it out of you.
It will. The parts of it I saw were great. I was like, this is a really good movie.
Sometimes you just have those days. The first time I tried to watch Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't think it was great, and I fell asleep.
Yep.
And it was just one of those, I was having one of those moods, and I was tired. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I need to give that movie another try.
You get your old man nap in.
I need to get my old man nap in, fill myself up with prunes and my oatmeal, and gave it another go, and it was delightful.
Oatmeal and prunes is like just a natural, an aphrodisiac. What's
laxative.
No, well, laxative. What's the term for a thing that like a tranquilizer? Never mind. Bad joke. Sorry. Continue on, guys.
The fun thing about having the Twitch stream in front of us is like a minute after we forget something, somebody's got it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be very convenient.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. You're great. But yeah, and then after I woke up when it was ending, Amy was like, "That was really good." I was like, "Yeah, I liked what I saw. I'm gonna have to watch it again because it looked good."
Did Amy enjoy Dolph Lundgren's underwater hair?
Yes.
The Dolph Lundgren hair. Oh my god.
Yeah, the underwater hair is amazing, and it was funny that James Wan is the guy who directed it, and he's the guy who does the Conjuring movies. And I noticed that the guy who plays Ocean Master is one of the guys from the Conjuring movies. I'm like, oh, really?
I love that you fell asleep watching this movie and you know who the Ocean Master is. I don't even know who the Ocean Master is. I've seen the movie like 3 times.
Well, that's one of the things that's most charming about it is it takes a character like Aquaman, who is silly, and then his rogues gallery, which is like Black Manta and Ocean Master, which are 2 guys, when you just say their names, you're like, what?
Yeah.
And it kind of makes them neat. Kind of makes them cool.
I want a title like Ocean Master.
Ocean Master. Apparently,
Al's not impressed.
No, it's. Do you swim, Al? Do you go in the ocean?
I don't go in the ocean,
No.
but I've been known to float.
I was just curious.
I'm very buoyant.
The way you're like, maybe he's not a swimmer. Maybe he doesn't want to.
Al's more a shark bait.
Yeah, exactly. Slow and plump and juicy. Jesus.
Well, now
Also, how he describes his penis.
All right.
Oh, wow, this is broken.
With that,
Slow, plump, and juicy.
we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back once we get this out of our system. Erica's coming in because AEW.
Does she still want to? Is she streaming this right now?
I don't
Check
know.
our Twitch streamers. If she's watching this, she's just going to lock the door.
Right. But Erica's coming in. We're going to talk about AEW's All Out. It's the big wrestling event.
Yeah, it's going on in Chicago next weekend.
This
weekend, right?
Yeah.
Erica! I think she heard me.
I don't know, but I didn't see her door. We can actually see her office from here. I didn't see her door open, so I'll just send her a text. We'll be back. Nerd Radio.